Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to Inner Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. So I'm doing something a little different in this reading. These are love messages, okay? Love messages for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. I decided to do them separately. You can watch both, okay? You might find that both resonate with you or that one resonates more than the other. But if I use pronouns, just know that they don't have to apply. It's whatever. It's just that I am going to be mentioning some of the songs that Spirit brought through. And so there are pronouns in those, and also the way I think about some of the situations pertaining to masculine and feminine. I might use pronouns, but it doesn't have to apply, okay? However it fits for you and your situation, okay? So the love messages that come through, some are coming through channeled songs. Some are going to be specifically about how you are as a lover. And some are going to be how lovers see you and what they love to love about you, okay? What they love about your love. And for those of you who are telepathically connected to a lover, you're going to find that some of these messages are coming from them, especially if you have a divine counterpart and you are telepathically connected. And the messages could be from a lover that you were with in the past, that you're with now, or that you will be with in the future. All right, so it's very fluid, and just take things as they resonate, okay? Some of the messages are a little intimate, a little passionate. I'm going to try not to blush, okay? But it's nothing too sexual, but that does come up, okay? Especially with some of the channeled songs. Yeah, and I think that's it. So I am going to put the timestamps below for the messages that came through for the Divine Feminine and for the Masculine. If you want to watch all the way through, you're more than welcome, okay? Alright, I hope you enjoy, and I will see you at your reading. Hello and welcome, my beautiful Divine Feminine. Alright, so I'm first going to go through the songs that I channeled for you and the messages that came through for those songs, all right? And then I'll get into the cards and give you those messages as well, okay? So the first song that came through was When I'm in Your Arms. That also came through for the masculine, but the channeled message is different. The song is by Cleo Soul, and she is an amazing artist. I had not heard her before this song came through for this reading, but I definitely recommend her because her songs had me crying, okay? But the message here for you is that your lover wants to see you in your element, being who you are. The vision that I got was like when you see beautiful, on a safari, you see beautiful animals, the lionesses, is that how you say it? Just in their element, grazing and being graceful and beautiful. The giraffes just, you know, eating and doing what they do. And your lover wants to see you kind of just forget about where you are, and they want to see you being comfortable, being so extraordinarily lovely in your own skin, okay? And the visual that came through was like in the bathroom, naked, dancing in the bathroom mirror. Okay, so it's that vibe. And your lover wants to see you like this. It's almost like voyeurism vibes, but not in a creepy way. More like in a, wow, yeah, that's my goddess right there, you know? But I definitely see you just letting loose, being in your element, and just dancing and being free and being who you are. And that's how your lover wants to see you, okay? Very natural. They're saying that they love seeing you without makeup. They love how you look when you wear makeup, right? But they also love to see you just who you are, just very natural, okay? The next song was Get Involved by Raphael Sadiq and Q-Tip. And your lover here is reassuring you and helping you to release your inhibitions. So if there are any insecurities that you have, your lover's like, you know, like, so what came to mind was like, you know how when you're on your period and you feel bloated, and let's say you got ready for a date and you're about to go out and you're like, oh, I feel so bloated and big, and they're like, honey, ain't nothing bloated, okay? Everything is just right. Don't worry about it. I hear your lover continually saying, don't worry about it. You're perfect. You're perfect. Okay? All right. The next song is Nothing Even Matters by Sir. So your lover was like speaking to me through this song, saying that you inspire them to want to be better. Okay? This is a very masculine song, so I am going to use pronouns here, but he wants to be better because of you. All right? He says, you make me want to be a better man. So you make your lover want to be a better human. Just your existence motivates them to want to be better and do better. Okay? Also, he knows that you're a treasure and you're all he sees. All right? The next song is called So-So. It's S-O-H, S-O-H by Odile. I had never heard of it until I started sitting down channeling. But the message here is very simple. Your lover wants to worship you and spoil you. And not worship you like you're an idol or something, but just they recognize your worth. And they recognize that there are other people around, but they only see you. Okay? Because you're what they value. And the last song was by Vedo. I never heard of him. V-E-D-O. It was a good song though. And it's called Take It Slow. And they're saying that they want you to confide in them. They want to be your confidant. All right? Also, they want love over lust. And I thought that was really cool that since this is for the divine feminine, if this is coming from a male, you know, we typically, or from a masculine, it could just be a masculine, but we typically in society assume that men are very driven only by sex, and that's all that they see, that's all that they want. So we assume that, oh, you must want me for sex, but it's not true. You know, it's not true. There are some women who are very driven by sex, and that's all they want. They want lust over love. But you are attracting a lover who wants, of course, to enjoy you and be with you and have those lustful times, but they want love over lust, okay? Also, they want to take their time with you. So you're attracting a lover who will want to take their time with you, okay? Y'all, never mind my book. Delilah got to it, okay? I was like, girl, all right, I love you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling some cards for you. Divine, what is it that lovers love about this beautiful being? What is it that they love? You keep your spirit so high vibe, and you're magical. You do spiritual work. It says spiritual cleansing. So you keep your aura very high vibe. You don't let a lot of riffraff in. You set boundaries. And so lovers really love that you respect yourself. You respect your aura. You respect your spiritual space. And so because of that, they know that you don't bring drama because you don't allow it into your realm. And so they know that with you, they are able to have a positive love experience and not have this drama and toxicity to deal with, okay? Because you keep your energy clean. Yeah. They also love your magic. And like if you do rituals, they think that that is just so special. Also, it's very like, there's something very grounded and ancient about you because you do spiritual work and you honor the earth, and you're just very like intuitive and in tune with the ancient ways of magic. All right, new life. When someone is with you, they feel like they have a brand new life, okay, because you are so connected on all dimensions. You are connected from the third dimension to the fifth dimension, and you explore beyond that as well. So they feel like they're easily able to, you know what they feel like? They feel like they're astral traveling when they spend time with you, because you are very otherworldly and you tune into other dimensions. So dating you is a very different type of experience where they know that they can't get that type of experience with anyone else, because you are the most connected, tuned in, spiritually tuned in person that they've been with, okay? You've also got, oh yeah, so you might attract a lot of jealousy, and that's something that your lovers notice about you, okay? But you handle it very well, and that's one reason why you keep your spiritual energy so clean and so pure, is because you know that there are energies around you that want to take your place. People love that you are just naturally lucky, okay? You attract lucky situations to you, for one, because you keep your vibe high, so you're very prosperous, you're very abundant, and they know that they have the benefit of that luck, that lucky energy, by being with you, okay? Yeah, see, you're very prosperous with affluence. You just naturally attract prosperous situations and people towards you. It's something about you. You're able to transform situations that seem like they don't have much value, or like people would overlook these things, these situations very easily, but you see how you can turn something into something better. You make things more beautiful, you make things more valuable and more precious. That's a gift that you have. Lovers love that you are able to tune into your own energy, and that's why you feel so magical. So when they spend time with you, they can tell that you have tuned into other realms. You're very magical, you're very tuned into the divine, and that rubs off on the person that you're with. It's also very clear to them that everything about you is otherworldly. So when they have sex with you, when you enjoy time with them in the bedroom, they feel your magic. Okay, so it's not just like, oh, when we're sitting here talking about spiritual stuff, yeah, you're very spiritual. No, it's in all areas of your life, okay? You might have a lot of fire energy in your chart, or you're just a very fiery personality. People love your passion. They love your desire for life. They love that you are very creative and very inspired as well. All right, let's get something from this deck. Yeah, you love to enjoy the present. When you are with a person, you're all about the present moment. You're not wasting time talking about what happened over here and what happened over there and the drama. You're able to let things go from the past, and if there's something that you hold on to, you heal it. You hold on to it so that you can heal it and nurture yourself through it. But you don't just hold on to drama for no reason, and you are able to really value your present moment. The number on that card is 32, so that's 5. Any kind of conflict, you let it go very quickly. Okay, you resolve it if it needs to be resolved, but then you let it go. Okay, you don't focus on the past. People love that about you. Yeah, you're very magical. This keeps coming through. You're so magical. So you got child, magical here, and this is something else, is that lovers daydream about having a child with you, because they know that you are like the ultimate mother figure. They know that you are so sweet and magical and patient, but also inspired, you know? And so they really do imagine having children with you and having it all with you. You're the kind of lover that they want everything with. Oh, look at this. See, mother. I told you. They want you to be their baby mama. because they know that you don't bring drama. They know that you are so loving and nurturing. Yeah, you're a nurturer. And that's one thing that lovers love about you, okay? Also, your unconditional love. Joy in giving birth to life. That's what your lovers notice about you, is that you give birth to new things every day. And so they're like, oh, if they're giving so much love and time and attention and patience to this project and that project and to me, what would it be like to have a child with them? And if you do have a child or children with a lover, they definitely see your value as a mother, okay? It's something that is just inherent within you. You may have wanted to have children. It may be something that you dreamed of for a long time, okay? Or that may be something that's on your list of things that you want to accomplish, okay? That's something that's very special to you. But if you have not already become a mother and that's something that you want, you're going to be an excellent parent, okay? And your lovers know that about you. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple of these. Let's see what else. What is it that lovers love about you? You're not afraid to take a chance. And this could also be sexually, okay? Yeah, so you are very spontaneous. You're willing to try new things, but you also respect yourself, you know? And so they love this balance that you have of being up for trying new things and being spontaneous, but also having respect for yourself and having boundaries. Because a lot of people will try new things, but they try too many new things, or they're like too out there. But you have a very nice balance of being willing to, you know, go there, but it's never beyond your comfort level, and your lovers respect that, okay? Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay, mirror. So you show other people what it is that they are either missing or what's great about them. You kind of reflect things back to people through your behavior, through your reactions towards them. It's not intentional, but you naturally do that. And so when you're in a relationship, you're able to communicate a lot of things without even saying them. Your lover is always able to pick up on what you are intending to communicate, but you still have very good communication skills. But it's just that because of your way and your energy, a lot of times people are able to pick up on things without you saying a word. And so if somebody does something, let's say if somebody doesn't return a phone call and you don't like that, then when they're in your presence and you're talking about it, you don't have to say a lot of words. You can just kind of say, you know, so I noticed that I didn't hear from you until so and so and so. Was everything okay? And so you don't even have to go there, like, and start a ruckus. But they know just in your simple communication and the look in your eyes that they didn't meet the mark. Okay, so you're an excellent communicator, but a lot of things you don't end up having to say because you're very communicative with your energy. Your energy speaks for itself a lot of times. Okay, so you've definitely been through a karmic relationship, and what people love about you is the way that you have handled some of the pain that you have been through. Okay, because, and I say some of the pain because they're not aware of everything you've been through, because I feel like you keep things under wraps. You don't go out there telling everybody your business. But whatever it is that people are aware that you have been through, they're very like proud of you or in awe, because some of your haters, you know, they're not necessarily proud, but they're in awe of how you have come through the situations that you've been through. Okay, lovers love that you make healthy choices. You treat yourself like a goddess. You know your value and you take good care of yourself. You take excellent care of yourself. I see you working to maintain your body. I see you spending time working out, okay, with physical fitness. I see you making good choices with your eating habits. And I see you drinking a lot of water. So there are a lot of steps that you take in order to nurture your health and your well-being, and that's something that is very appealing. I see that you've been stabbed in the back, and it's right beside engagement ring. So it feels like there could be a commitment that you have, 17 on the timer, that you have experienced where you felt like you were stabbed in the back. But this is something that you used as an energetic come up. You allowed that experience to make you even more appealing, more energetically sound, because you've been through something that taught you so many lessons. And so that's something that has allowed you to glow and grow even more. So you're even more appealing because of what you've been through. And it also has increased your self-esteem, because now you know what it's like to go through some of those really tough experiences, and you didn't let it stop you. You didn't let it stop you. I'm gonna lay a couple tarot cards. Divine, what is it that people love about this beautiful being? Lovers love. What is it that lovers love? Because you are the star, and look, we just saw 17 on the timer. You shine like the star. You're so radiant. You are a whole goddess out here, and it's not just because of who you are naturally, but it's because of who you have become, because of what you've been through. You allowed the difficult things that you went through to make you even brighter, even more resilient, even stronger. And so you have this grace about you that just naturally attracts other people to you. Queen of Cups. Okay, so you may have significant water energy in your chart, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or this just speaks to your intuition. You are so nurturing, and mother came out, child came out. You are like the ultimate goddess out here. You are so nurturing and so loving. You're the woman that anybody would want as a mother. Okay, you're the woman that anybody would want as a wife. Like, you are the one that we walking down the aisle. Okay, and it's not going to be a long engagement at all. Like, nobody should be courting you for very long. Because what's coming through is that a lover who is at your level, right? So spiritually in tune with you. We're not talking about people who are like playing games and all of that, but a lover who is on your level and spiritually in tune. They know that they want to lock it down very soon after meeting you and after dating you. They know very soon that they want you to be a part of their life forever. Okay. I love it. Okay, let me pull a couple of these. Thank you, Spirit. What is it that lovers love about this beautiful being? Okay, so you've learned from your cycles. Also, with each cycle that you go through in life, you get better and better. Your come up is amazing. Your cycles go like this, where you're going around, but you're also going up, okay? You don't stay stuck. You do not stay stuck at all. You might have a pet. If you do, people observe you with your pet. You're very loving, and you're just a wonderful, like, nurturer, okay? Yeah. And someone imagines having pets with you. Okay, children, pets, it's because they want the whole shebang with you. That's why. When you date, you may have felt like you are gambling, okay? But people never feel like they're gambling when they're with you. So in that way, it has not been mutual at all. You have felt like sometimes when you were dating other people, or when you were dating or getting to know people, you felt like you were taking a gamble. And some of this could have been because you know what you've been through, and you felt like, you may have felt like you were entering a dating experience where you didn't even have like really the patience to get to know somebody again. But that is one of the many wonderful things about you, is that you are willing to give somebody a chance. Now, when you notice that they're headed to the left, or they're disrespectful, or that you guys are not a good match, you love yourself enough to cut it off. But you are so, you're so beautiful because you're open to new experiences, and you don't judge a book by its cover. You allow a person to show you who they are before you judge them, okay? So yeah, you've taken a couple gambles on people, but that's actually a good thing about you, because a lot of people end up missing a great lover because they're so judgmental of just what they see. Not even what they experience with the person, just what they see. as far as their appearance, or you know what I mean, something very superficial. Okay. Yeah, so people love that you give things time. And that's what I was just saying, 22 on the timer. It might not look like it though, because I'm gonna merge the the video parts together, since it's kind of like a pick a card. But you are so patient, and you give people time, you give situations time. You're not in a hurry, and that is something that lovers love about you, because you allow people to be who they are, and you don't force them to be someone else. You don't force them to be on your timeline. You are very open to allow a person to be who they are, and you can be your best selves together. You're very fair. So yeah, I'm getting fire energy from you. Okay, I picked up fire and water here because of the Queen of Cups. But you are very passionate, very spontaneous, very much willing to experience new things, and you're very creative as well. Okay, thank you, Spirit. What else? What else, Divine? What do lovers love about this beautiful being? They love how you express yourself. You are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love, and this is something that you do constantly. You transform your thoughts into acts of love. You're the ultimate Queen of Cups. So I am picking up on fire energy, but Queen of Cups did come through. So you are like the ultimate being of love. That's the energy that you radiate. Satisfaction. You satisfy your lover. You let the energy of love guide you, so that others no longer define who you are. You are defined by the energy of love, not by others' opinions of you. And because you radiate love, and that's where you vibrate, your lover is always satisfied. And you're satisfied as well, because you're always getting your fill off of divine love. You don't look towards your partner too much to satisfy you, because you're one of those really deep beings that understands that if you're not whole within yourself, there's no one on this earth that can fulfill you. So you always fill your own cup first as the Queen of Cups, and then whatever it is that your lover brings to the table, you allow them to bring their cup to you as well, and then you got 2 cups. You're sitting there like, ooh. But it's that you already fulfill yourself, and then you allow that person that you are in a relationship with to fulfill you as well. And that's why you never come across like overly needy. Like when you need something, you will speak up for yourself because you love yourself enough to do that. But you never come across too needy because you know how to fill your own cup. And that's a really beautiful thing. Okay, I want to pull a couple of these to see. These are archetype cards. They're so tiny, but I love them. They're from my Intuit deck. Thank you, Divine. What do people love to love about this beautiful being? Okay, they love that you're an earth goddess. So look, we already have water, Queen of Cups. We have fire sign come out, and now we've got earth energy. Yeah, you are grounded. This is Taurian energy. Okay, so you may or may not have significant Taurus energy in your chart, but you are very beautiful because Taurus is Venus, and you radiate beauty. You take really good care of yourself. You nurture yourself. You're also very grounded. You grow. Whatever it is that you do, whether it's in your career or in a relationship, you grow. And if you are not able to grow in that situation or in that environment or in that relationship, you're done. That's when you cut it off, when you notice that you're not growing with that person or in that situation, okay? You are naturally abundant, verdant. I've never really seen that word before, but it sounds like verde in Spanish, so I'm thinking it means green, like lush and fertile, okay? I'm going on a whim there. And you're luxuriant. You just feel classy, like your vibe is classy, you know what I mean? and you're not stuck up or arrogant, but you come across very classy, and it's ultimately because you love yourself, and that's what people pick up on about you. This is Cancerian energy. I swear this Queen of Cups energy is coming through. Caregiver. You are very nurturing. Okay, you care for others, but you also care for yourself. You're comforting and very compassionate. And this one fell out here. You're also a rebel. All right, so you're a nonconformist. You're free, and you're not afraid to challenge authority. So in your relationships, you're not afraid to be different and think outside the box. That's what your lovers love about you, is because you are able to think for yourself, and you don't have to do things like everybody else. You're not going to do something in your relationship just because somebody else is doing it, or that's what the neighbors are doing, or that's what people at work are doing. You don't really care. You just want to do what's going to make you and your person happy. Okay. Oh, and also the student here. So you're a lifelong learner. You might enjoy like reading books, taking classes, some kind of way. You love to learn consistently. That's something that is like a goal of yours. You constantly have new, fresh ideas. You're very curious about life, and that's why a lover loves to be with you, because they feel like they're always learning right beside you. They feel like in your conversations, they are growing their brain, because you inspire them to know more and to think deeper and to think differently about different things. Okay, and you never think within the box, you think outside the box. So your lover always feels like you're giving them a fresh perspective. And also your lover loves to run things by you before they present things to other people, because they know that you're so smart and that you're so caring that you will give them honest feedback, and they know that you'll catch something if, you know, they are mistaken on some facts or something like that. They kind of feel like you're Google. They kind of see you like that, you know. It's like not having to look something up in Google, just ask you, you know, because they know that you're so smart, and it's really because they respect your intelligence. Yeah. All right, beautiful beings. So that is what your lovers love about you. Oh, I am going to pull one from here as well. Let's see. I want to split the deck and see what comes through. Yeah, so you focus on love, and you look for the good in everyone. You see love in everyone. Even in people who are like so low vibe and toxic, you still can find something really positive in them. And that's one reason why lovers love to be with you, is because you are so positive. You put a positive spin on everything. And that's why you don't stay stuck in the past, is because you constantly are looking for, it's like you scan, your brain is scanning for whatever's positive in here. If there is something negative though, you don't overlook it. You'll address it, okay? So this isn't about toxic positivity. This is just about finding the silver lining and transmuting that negative bullshit into whatever works for you. That's why you are such a strong being, and you've been able to use the negative things that you've been through to become the beautiful person that you are. You're also, and you might not think this, but you are naturally good at forgiving. And I'll tell you why. Because if you're a person who naturally finds love in other people, you have it in you to forgive. So even if, and you know, forgiveness of course doesn't mean that you take a person back into your life and walk off into the sunset with them happily ever after, but forgiveness just means that you're once again looking for the positive of that experience that you had with that person, and you're moving forward. Okay, and whether you let them back in your life or not, you're able to disconnect from that negativity. And that's one thing that a lover loves about you, because you don't hold on to any bullshit. You transmute it and you let it go. Ashe. Aw, I hope that you enjoyed this message, a beautiful divine feminine. And yes, I love you. Look, it's a love reading. I love you. And thank you so much for tuning in. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care. Hello, my beautiful divine masculine. All right, so let's go ahead and get into your songs that I channeled. All right, so the first one, I actually crossed it out. Look, never mind this because Delilah got to it. But anyway, I had scratched it out because when I listened to this song again, I was like, Spirit, I don't like the lyrics. But I love the channel message that came from it, so I'm going to share it. But anyway, this song is Motivation by Kelly Rowland, okay? And what came through there is that your lover wants to show you her passionate ways of loving you. All right, the words that came through were raw, no inhibitions. Lovemaking is always an event, all right? So she wants to take her time with loving you, all right? And when it's like lovemaking is always an event, like quickies are allowed, but not preferred. That's what came through, okay? So yes, she definitely, or they definitely want to experience their time with you when making love to you. The next song was Hands by Alex Isley. That's a great song, by the way. And yes, she is related to one of the Isley brothers. But anyway, the message there is that you feel like home. All right. They want to experience you. They want to feel your hands in different ways, softly, passionately. And they spend a lot of time imagining making love to you. Okay. So take a listen to that song. It's very, very beautiful. The next song, it actually came through as well for the feminine, but the message was different. So it's When I'm in Your Arms by Cleo Soul. And the message is that you're her medicine, or you're their medicine, okay? Their workout, their physical therapy, their way to release. You're their protector. And you make them feel very sexy because you make them feel safe. So that is a big theme with that song, is safety. And it's emotionally, physically, and mentally as well. Okay? The next one was Let Me Know by Aaliyah. So this is coming from a lover who really wants to communicate with you in a loving way, but they don't want to nag you. All right? They don't want to pressure you, and so they're questioning themselves. Am I saying what I want to say in the right way? Am I making him feel badly? I just want to make sure that I get my point across, but I also don't put any pressure and don't nag. So this is a very thoughtful lover. So you're attracting a very thoughtful lover that wants to communicate with you in a kind way. They feel like your vibe is love, because she says, at your best, you are love. So your lover feels like you are love itself. All right. Your presence and communication motivates your lover to grow, to think deeper, and to be better. And you're attracting a lover who genuinely wants you to feel and be your best. But they want this sincerely with no pressure. They don't want to put any pressure on you. They just want you to feel inspired to love who you are and to love the experience of being in love with them. Okay? The next song was Spirit Took It Back. What a Man by Salt and Pepper and In Vogue. And the message here is that you are the ideal man. All right? Your lover sees you for who you are. Your lover sees only you and doesn't care about surrounding drama, gossip, he said, she said, whatever. They don't care about that. Okay, there may have been surrounding drama or chaos, but they're not, that doesn't hinder them in their connection with you. Okay, they really don't care about that. And the reason why is because they see your value. All right. And also, when this person talks about you to other people, not that they talk about you a lot, I didn't get like a gossiping vibe from this, but they brag about you. Anytime that they mention you to somebody or somebody asks about you, they take that as an opportunity to brag about you because they're so proud of you. All right, the next song, I was so happy Spirit brought that through because that's personally my favorite song, Kiss of Life by Sade. But the message there is that you're heaven sent, okay? You're a gift from the divine. And this person feels like meeting you was a miracle. It was not at all a coincidence. It's very fated. So you may have met this person in a very like magical way. Like it seems like it was maybe a coincidence, all right, but it feels like there was fate there, okay, because spiritually we would say that that's fated, right? Yeah, and then a song came through by Johnny Taylor from way back in the day, and it's called Steal Away. So there could be something taboo about a relationship that you have with a lover. If you listen to that song, it's about, he says he wants to steal her away, and it's because, I don't know, maybe she's already in a relationship, or maybe people are talking about them or something like that, but there's something taboo going on. He doesn't say what it is, all right? But it's something, because they kind of have to sneak away. So it could just be family that doesn't approve or something like that, but there's something taboo about it. So your lover is saying that they want you to steal them away. Okay? All right, so let's get into the cards and see what's coming through. Divine, what is it that lovers love about this beautiful being? What is it that they love about this beautiful being? So lovers love to chase you. And see, that's very common, because even though you're masculine, you have masculine energy, divine feminine energy is not supposed to chase, all right? It's just not how it's supposed to work with the magnetism. So if you have a lot of people chasing you, you may have had actually a lot of people who are chasing you that did not actually, they may have been women, but they weren't acting in their feminine energy because they were going after you. Also, I can see that with you having this experience a lot, you're very attractive, very charismatic, because that's why people would want to chase you. Okay, it could be something else as well. You might be very financially abundant. A lot of times people want to chase a masculine that is very wealthy or very financially settled or established or stable. But yeah, so I feel like some people love to chase you. People feel like with the dragonfly, they feel like you're a bit elusive, like they don't know exactly, they can't read you clearly, okay? So you're a tough one to read. They'll look at you and try to tell how you feel, but they can't. So that's very mysterious. It makes people feel like there's something about you that they don't know. You feel like a mystery to people. And so that's, yeah, that clearly goes well with the chaser, because if you come across very mysteriously, then people would be intrigued by that and would want to chase you. Okay. Yeah, so you're very appealing. Ooh, and so you may have run. Maybe. If you're chased a lot, you might find that you have to steal away, you know, like the Johnny Taylor song. So you might feel like you got to get the hell out of Dodge sometimes just to avoid someone who feels like trouble, you know? Yeah, that might be a challenge sometimes, because you're being chased by a person that you really aren't attracted to, but then you don't want to let them down hard and, you know, break their heart. So, okay, girl with a snake. So there may have been some people that you've attracted who just like, yeah, it's like they weren't the ones that you wanted to be chased by. If you wanted to be chased, they weren't the ones that you wanted. Yeah, I'm so sorry. But I understand that it is because you are so appealing. You know, you are very appealing. So, yeah. I can see that you get a lot of attention. What else, Spirit? Why do people love to love this beautiful being? What is it that they love? Okay, so you are clear with your boundaries. And I feel like you're not necessarily like loud about it, but you get the point across. So when someone has overstepped their boundary with you, or they have overstepped your boundary that you've set, you'll definitely let them know. But I feel like you communicate this in a very, it's not a dramatic way. You just are very clear about it, you know? But you let people down easily. I can tell that. You have a soft side of you, that you're gentle with people so that you don't hurt their feelings, or you try not to, you know? Okay, so one thing that people love about you is because you are so mysterious, they can tell that you have a shadow, but they don't get to see it up close and personal very quickly. So you sort of reveal yourself in layers with time, and you take your time in getting to know a person and revealing who you are to them. It's like you have this innermost part of you that is only, like, that's the special part that only the special people get to see, you know, and there are parts of you that are more readily available that you will show to people and share with them sooner in your relationship. But it's like those parts of you that you kind of keep hidden for good reason, because you don't want to reveal too much to people too soon, especially with people chasing you like they do. I see why you take this route, because I feel like there are a lot of people who kind of want to lay it all out on the line like immediately, but you're like, let me keep something to myself, right? But that actually makes you even more appealing to people. They find you more appealing because it adds to your mystery. But I feel like it's a twofer because it also protects your innermost thoughts and feelings, and you don't lay it all out on the line so quickly. Okay, yeah. What else, Divine? Ooh, you come across as a knight. So a lot of people have a fantasy of you being their knight in shining armor. They see you as like a person who fits their fantasy of who they would want to be with for the rest of their life. You are the ultimate one. I'm also getting that other people have dated you, or that people have dated you who have dated other people, and they compare you to their other lovers, and you always win. It's never, and I want you to know that what I'm saying is true, because sometimes people, especially with this girl with the snake, that's kind of like the narcissist empath dynamic. So you have known some people who wouldn't tell you this, all right, because they have too much ego or too much pride, but they definitely see you as top notch. But sometimes they won't admit that because of the lack of quality within their character. But people always see you as a knight in shining armor. They see you as polite. They see you as a gentleman. They love the way that you carry yourself. You are loyal, you're romantic, and you have chivalry. It's like when people come around you, they think to themselves, oh, chivalry is not dead. I actually think that sometimes, like when a man holds the door for me, or, you know, and I'm like, wow, some people are still really nice. But that's how people feel when they meet you. It's like, damn, is it the 1940s or something? Like, is it still, quote unquote, the good old days when men were still gentlemen, you know? So, yeah. And also, you restore people's faith in gentlemanly character and that quality. Is that a word, gentlemanly? I don't think so, but we can make it one. Okay, so some people see you as God. They see you as a creator. They see you as a person who is completely in charge of their life. And they see you as having a close connection to the divine, okay? They feel like you're very well connected to your divine self, and they love your masculinity. It's like the ultimate, you know? They see you as the ultimate lover. You're who your lover wants to be with. Like when you're in a relationship, they see you as their person. They see you as their person. They see you as having a lot of passion, a lot of devotion, and a lot of appreciation. The thing is that I can see with the quality of some of the people who have chased you, because like I said, if they were chasing you, they were not in their divine feminine energy. They were not, they in their mind would say, oh, he's the ultimate lover, but then they might not treat you like the ultimate lover, you know, which sucks. But okay, what else, Divine? What is it that people love about this lover? You're fair. You're fair. You see things from different perspectives. You have a very fair perspective about everything. I'm getting Libra energy because people with Libra energy are very fair-minded. They're very good mediators. I feel like you like the peace. You like to keep the peace and protect peace. So yeah, that's something that people love about you, because you're not a drama starter and you are very even keel. People love that about you, okay? I'm gonna pull a couple tarot cards to see what comes through for you. Thank you, Divine. What is it that lovers love about this beautiful being? So you handle conflict really well. You're steady through conflict. Also, you protect your energy. Like when shit hits the fan, you're able to keep the peace. So you are cool, calm, and collected. With 5 of Wands, that's conflict. But 4 of Pentacles, you're able to keep your cool. You're able to separate yourself from the conflict. And a lover would feel in this way that you're able to protect them and protect whatever belongs to you. Like if it's someone that you have a home or family with, they feel like you're the ultimate protector, because you're able to, like the traditional 4 of Pentacles, he's guarding his pentacles. And so whatever it is that you love and protect, you're going to love and protect it through conflict. And so that is something that a divine feminine would feel like, yes, you're my protector. Like in some of those songs, what came through is that you make a person feel safe. Okay, so with 8 of Cups, there may be a situation that you have left or walked away from with the 8 of Cups. But what lovers love about you is that you are able to disconnect from what doesn't serve you. You're able to walk away from it. You love yourself enough to do that. And then you have the power to create your own happiness and your harmony with the 10 of Cups. You don't let things that you've been through in the past stop you from cultivating happiness now in the present and in the future as well. You keep it moving, basically, and you continue to love yourself. And people always see that, or lovers see that they are able to generate happiness when they're with you. It's just something that feels like they would naturally want with you. I mean, with the Knight card and with the God card and the Lover card, it just goes along with your personality and your vibe and your frequency. It feels like you are a person that they would want to be happy with, that they would want to cultivate happiness with. Because a lot of times, like in looking for a lover, there are people that you're just like, I wouldn't even want to like go on a date with them, much less create a life with them. But lovers love that you have that spark about you that feels like you would just be such a wonderful person to create happiness with. Okay. What else? What was I gonna pull from? Let's see. Yeah, let's pull from this one. Let's split the deck. So, lovers love that you listen to them. Like you really, truly listen. You take your time to hear what a person has to say. And you might sometimes feel like want when a person is talking to you, but you don't come across that way. And with this card coming through, listen with your heart, it feels like you really do take your time to listen to a person. And that is such a rare thing. A lot of times people do not put forth the effort and the intention to actually listen to someone, but you do. Also, you just radiate love. Like it's like what I was saying with the 10 of Cups. People just want to experience love with you because what they see in you, they want it. And so they want to be a part of your realm. Love is all around you. And this is something that is true for you right now. I feel like you're easily able to manifest love right now. There's definitely love in your zone, in your space. Yeah. I mean, with these cards coming out here, it feels like you're very due for positive, high quality love because you have so much to offer. But I feel like a lot of the people that you've attracted have just not been on your level. You know what I mean? Why do people love to love this beautiful being? Because you're humble. You have humility. You have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. And I'm going to say you are not the same as everybody else, because you are, what's coming through is you're accelerated, and you're ascended. Okay, so I feel like a lot of other people have experienced some of the same things as you have in your life, but you have learned lessons. You've chosen to learn more from it than what the average person usually tends to get out of those experiences. A lot of other people would allow themselves to stay stuck, but with accelerated coming through, that's what I'm getting, is that you have chosen to grow, and you've grown at a very rapid pace, okay? But you're not going around talking about this because you do have humility, all right? And that's one reason why people are so attracted to you, is because you don't come across as arrogant or annoying at all. Cooperation, you work really well with other people, and that's something that a good lover will definitely enjoy about you, because you work well with other people, okay? I see that you're a good communicator, because with the listening card, you listen to what people have to say. So if a lover is talking to you and then they ask you a question, you're gonna have an answer. You're not gonna be like, oh wait, what? Okay, because you're tuned in. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. And so that's one really, really, really beautiful thing about you, is that even in some of these subpar experiences that you've had, okay, you still allowed yourself to learn from it and to heal from it. And so it still had value. That's why you're able to see the value in everyone, is because you don't write anything off. Even if it was a painful experience or not a savory experience at all, you don't chuck it and just say, I hate them, and, you know, curse them to hell. You know, you don't do that. You still allow yourself to learn from it. And so you don't carry resentment in your heart. And that's one reason why you're so appealing, because your vibe speaks to that. Your vibe, it glows, because you're not carrying around a bunch of bullshit from the past, you know? That came through in the Divine Feminine reading too. I love that. What a beautiful collective. All right, so unity. Yeah. I'm getting that Queen Latifah song. UNITY, that's a unity. Yeah, so you're all about unity. You love to see people come together and form connections and be at peace. That came through before when I was picking up on the Libra energy. You understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. And here's the thing, whoever it is that you are divinely connected with, and I'm not talking about like a person who's not meant to be with you. I'm talking about someone who deserves to be with you because you are high quality. The energy between you is going to flow to other people, because with your quality of character and your high frequency, when you connect with another being that is on that level and that looks at life in a similar way, where they also want to transmute negative energy into positive energy and learn from those experiences and grow, the two of you are going to be so unstoppable. And it's going to be exactly this, where it's unity and togetherness and everything that love encompasses. And so that's going to be a very powerful union. And I'm thinking, as I see their unity, I'm seeing union. So it's going to be very powerful. Also, you're a free spirit, okay? And this is something that some people might not always assume of you, because with the energy that's coming through, I can tell that you're very responsible, okay? And a lot of times people who are responsible and driven, they don't come across as a free spirit, but in your heart of hearts, you are a free spirit. And so, yeah, with freedom, you are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. So you are allowing yourself to be open with a beautiful being that is worthy of your openness. It's kind of like with that shadow card, like you're not giving your whole self to just anybody. You are opening up to the right person as they open up to you as well. And as you discern, yes, this is a person that deserves to see more of me, or deserves to experience more of me. Yeah. Oh, I love this energy. Okay, so I want to pull a couple of these. Oh, well, I want to pull one of these first. And then I'll pull some of the archetype cards. Thank you, Divine. What is it that lovers love about this beautiful being? Oh, Divine, that's too many. I'll take these 3 though. All right, so you have stamina, endurance. Okay, stamina, endurance. You give effort. So it's ballet shoes, right? You may have dated someone who danced, okay? Or you may have had a lover who was into dance, all right? You have laser focus. People see you as always being on your toes and ready for something. I talked about that with the 5 of Wands, that it just seems like if some conflict or chaos were to hit, like you're the one to be with, because it feels like you would keep them safe. That's the energy that you give, okay? Yeah, people see you as an expert, that you have excellent expertise, okay? You also have on this one too. Okay, so broken vase. You've been through some hardship, but you have withstood it and you have come through it, and you've allowed it to create an opportunity for you. So whatever hardship you've been through, you didn't fold. How's it that they say you didn't fold under pressure? Yeah. Okay. You are able to rise after experiencing adversity. So kind of like the rising phoenix vibe, where you might feel defeated for a time, but you always regenerate and renew yourself. You deal with setbacks very well, and people see you as a person who is able to fix things. Okay. And that could be literally like with tools and things, or it could also be more figuratively, like situations in life. They see you able to bounce back from something and to become better because of it, because of what you went through. And we also have corset. It's funny to me that we've got like all these feminine, like look, it's this pretty little face and a corset, and then the ballet shoes. So I feel like you are attracting a lover who is extremely feminine. Extremely feminine. And that's going to be very different from what you've experienced in the past with chasers, because truly, even if they looked like, you know, let's say they look like Naomi Campbell, Cindy Crawford, I don't know why I'm thinking of models back in the day, Halle Berry, any woman who's like seen as beautiful, but they could have looked like that, like very feminine. But if they were chasing you, they weren't truly in their divine feminine energy. So if you're attracting a very feminine woman who is truly feminine in her nature, it's going to be a completely different experience, and it's going to complement your masculinity. So this is corset, very held together. You are very firm in your boundaries, but since it's corset, I feel like it's also like you command respect with your boundaries, but not in a mean or angry way, you know? So in other words, you're able to let people down easily, and you're able to get your point across, but not in a rude way. People like that you're structured. They like that you hold things together. You are an excellent source of support. Okay? I love it. All right, I'm going to pull a couple archetype cards. They're so tiny, but I love them. All right. How do people see this beautiful being, and what is it that they love about them? Okay, a couple of them flipped. Okay, you're an excellent provider. And for more traditional roles, you know, the divine masculine is it's very much appreciated when they're a good provider and a good protector. Okay, so to whatever extent you want to provide, that's up to you, but you at least provide a safe space for your lover. You provide support for your lover, and they feel like you are everything that they need you to be in order for them to feel safe and secure. Okay, we got the Student. So you are seen as a lifelong learner. There are things that you love to continue to explore and understand. You're a creative being. You're seen as elegant and full of beauty. So you're very handsome. Yeah. I feel like you're very good with your body as well, like good with movement. You might work out. Okay, you might be into fitness. The Optimist. So you have a very positive perspective on life, but I feel like you're also very real. So you have hope, enthusiasm, and you see opportunity where a lot of other people would see some sort of negative outcome that would defeat them at the very beginning of the process, you know? A homemaker. So I feel like even though a lot of these masculine traits are coming through, like provider, protector, you also are good in the home. Like you're able to cook for yourself if you need to cook, or you might even enjoy cooking for other people. There's something that you're very comfortable with within your home. You might be a homebody, but you're good in the home. Okay? Yeah, remember I said before that you're seen as the phoenix because you rise from the ashes and you don't allow the bullshit from the past to keep you down. You're an alchemist, so in the same way, you transmute negative energy into positive energy. You make things work for you. You're easily able to turn lemons into lemonade. There you are again, the protector. See? Your lover feels safe with you. And that's a really big deal. And it's something that if a person is in their negative state, they're not gonna value that. But a being who is balanced and healed, they're gonna see that that is just, it's a treasure. The Analyst, you're humble. That came through before. You're dedicated. And you're an excellent contributor. So people want to hear what you have to say. Yeah, this is Virgo energy. Oh yeah, you're organized too. Yeah, you know your shit. You can also perform when you need to. I feel like this is your charisma. This is your magnetism. So you're expressive, you shine, you inspire, and you're seen as very talented. People love your talent. All right, beautiful being. I hope that you enjoyed those messages. And thank you so much for tuning in. And I love you. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.